HR called it voluntary. It wasn't. When a company offers you a voluntary separation, they frame it like they're doing you a favor, like you have a choice.
Yep.
Here's what is actually happening in most of those cases. They've already decided that they want you gone.
Really?
But a voluntary separation for them is cheaper than a layoff. It's cleaner than a firing and harder for you to fight legally.
I say it every
Because
time.
the moment that you signed, you just agreed it was your idea. So they skip the unemployment complications, they avoid the paper trail of a termination, and they get to call it mutual decisions in your personnel file.
Listen, if you didn't know, Centene, a corporation that basically takes care of Medicare, Medicaid, Obamacare, you know, your insurance, they're laying off people.
Oh no. Here we go again. Here we go again.
They're laying off individuals. They're saying, listen, we can't afford this anymore, but listen, guys, how about you take this voluntary layoff? How about you decide that, this probably isn't the best place for you to work before we lay you off? See, we've been through this before, guys. Listen, we've seen this happen over and over. Centene is offering all 61,000 of their employees the option to leave. And I know what people are going to say. Orlando, I'm not leaving. Orlando, what? Nope. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to say that's your prerogative. But we know what's going to happen next. That's right. Listen, don't shoot the messenger. They're going to lay people off. Thousands. If you guys don't take the voluntary, it's not really voluntary. You know, in the military, we had this thing called voluntold. That's exactly what this is. So I know people think to themselves, well, I'm going to be safe. I got 20 years. Well, we'll see.
I do not feel safe right now.
I don't feel safe right now.
I also don't feel safe.
You need to watch this video all the way through because we know these tactics. You need to understand exactly what these corporations will do and how they will approach it so that you, if you're in this situation, you will know what to do. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. Also, too, guys, listen, I have a newsletter that is completely free. How can you beat free? Also, too, guys, we're going to talk about the same things that we talk about here on the newsletter, just in greater detail. So please sign up if you're interested. Also, too, if you need any type of financing that deals with commercial or investment properties, I am your guy. I've been a lender for 20 years and I can assist you with that. That information is in the pinned comment and the description, guys. Listen. We had this conversation a while ago. I did a video a while back where I was talking about nurses and hospitals, how they were laying individuals off because remember back in the day, I know this is going to shock you guys, but remember back in the day when there was a holdout and the government was shut down? You remember, right? It was just around the corner. That's what that was for. The government was saying, we don't think that we should pay.
Wait, what?
We don't think that we should pay for people's health care anymore. We're no longer subsidizing and funding people's health care anymore. So without us funding, that's right, 4.8 million people. 4.8 million people can lose their health care.
That's crazy.
And then other reports say 7 million people won't be subsidized. What does that mean? That means 7 million people will no longer get the discount.
This is not funny.
So that means if the government was paying $400 of your $800 bill, that is no longer the case. The $800 is your responsibility now. Centene, who is managing all of this, they have lost 2 million members. 2 million members. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, they lost 2 million members. How they're going to make that up? Oh, listen, now you're getting it. They're going to make that up by getting rid of you. But you don't want to hear it from me. You want to hear it from other people to make sure that it's correct, right? Let's hear what they say.
Right behind me is the world headquarters of Centene. Now, Centene is one of the largest healthcare providers in the United States that you may never have heard of. That's because they represent healthcare plans on the ACA. And today, the company announced that they're offering voluntary buyouts in order to help cut costs.
Mm.
In the first quarter alone, Centene lost 2 million ACA members, and their executive leadership expected to continue to decline throughout 2026. And what's one of the reasons why 2 million members have fallen off of plans at Centene in just the first quarter?
Yeah.
Well, the Trump administration allowed subsidies to expire, and many Americans can't afford these healthcare plans. Right now, Centene is allowing employees to apply for this voluntary separation program. However, reports indicate that if not enough people take it, layoffs will be coming.
What?
With 61,000 employees, it's a big reminder that policy decisions in D.C. have rippling effects across this country.
You know, somebody said that. I mean, I don't know who it was. but somebody said this was going to happen. Somebody said that when you take away all the health care, that the people that were making money from the health care, they're going to cut and leave. They're not going to be like, oh, we're going to foot the bill. We support you as the customer. They're not going to do that. They're going to say, hey, listen, prices have went up on you 100%. That $400 bill or that $0 bill that you had, that's right. Some people had zero or paid $0. Now they're getting charged $800.
That's a you problem.
But most people saw their bill just quadruple, double. That's the reason why Centene lost 2 million individuals. But that's not really the point. The point is, the voluntary separation isn't voluntary. I hate to be the bad news messenger, but these guys are going to voluntarily lay you off and do layoffs. I know. You don't believe me. You think that they're going to just take the voluntary route and say, oh man, 200 people took the 200 people took the voluntary layoff. That's enough for us. That's enough for us. We're not going to do any more layoffs. You know how I know that's not the case? They lost 2 million people on a plan. How much cutting does it take to make up 2 million membership losses? And I know somebody right now is watching this video, and I know, listen, I'm sensitive to the fact. I understand you have to make a decision on the Centene voluntary, but I need you to understand this. Whatever decision that you make, please take the emotion out of it. Look at the numbers. Look at how this can help you and your family get ahead, and so that you can get to the next step. That means if you understand that these corporations aren't loyal and that they will fire you after they get rid of the voluntary, if you know that risk, then hey. But I don't want you to be surprised. Let me say this again. I don't want you to be surprised when they do voluntary and the people take that voluntary offer and then they come back and say, you're gone.
Get ready.
I don't want you to be surprised, because that's what's going to happen. I'm just being very upfront with you. These people won't be upfront with you, but I will. They will let you go. But listen, I get it. Let's hear from some people who got that offer.
So I recently received a volunteer separation paperwork from my job, and I work in healthcare. And personally, I said I would never get on the internet and tell my business, but I do feel as though in order for me to survive this, I'm going to have to be as transparent as possible. Because the reality of it is ever since I received the news, my mental health has definitely took a major hit.
I can understand that.
And I am numb. I'm so numb because it's like my spirit won't even allow me to apply for jobs. I think I'm at a point where it's like I'm afraid to apply to another company, knowing that they too can lay me off at any time, and all of the time and the energy that I put into, climbing the corporate ladder and getting the degrees and getting the accolades, it means absolutely nothing. And then my livelihood, right, is in the hands of a corporation who can decide at any given moment that they don't want you anymore. and then leaving you to figure out how you're going to pay your bills, how you're going to put food on your table, how you're going to provide for your family.
Yeah.
And I do not want to go through that anymore.
See, this is where I don't want you to be. This young lady is saying, listen, I got a voluntary separation and I don't even want to go through the process of getting another job. You can do that, but you can't do that. See, if you have any loyalty to yourself, if you have loyalty to you and yours, you can't do that. You have to take the emotion out of it and know that you have to put one foot in front of the other and move forward. See, these corporations, they don't care about you. And if you go ahead and let them break you and just dissolve you away, then they won.
One thing that's for certain, don't let it dominate you. Don't be afraid of it.
How about you mind and focus on you? And instead of having loyalty and saying, these corporations have all this power over me, how about you just get what you have to get out of these companies? How about you use all the programs that they have available? You use them as stepping stones to get to where you got to get to. Because they will do the same to you. No questions about it.
These ain't opinions. These are facts.
And this is my point, guys. I know a lot of people say, I'm not loyal. But when a company is telling you, we don't care about you, we're going to lay you off, employee 8965. When they tell you this and you go, I don't even know if I want to quit this job because I don't want to go through this, you have loyalty to them. Instead of focusing on yourself, you're focusing on what they will do. They meaning the company you work for, or the new company that you're going to be with. You're so worried about what they will do, you don't even want to have a job, period. But we know how this world works, don't we? We know how this world works. This world works is either you're going to do it or you're not. You're either going to pay the bills or you're not going to pay the bills. And if you don't pay the bills, you're going to be homeless. Your car's going to get repoed. Listen, I know you guys have a lot of loyalty to these corporations. Not only is Centene giving you a voluntary offer, that they're going to lay you off anyway. Not only is that the case, but they're going to replace you with AI. They're already doing it. Now, I know someone's saying, Orlando, that's not true. My company would never do such a thing. Well, let's see. Let's hear what your CEO had to say.
Just the idea that, that we could run the entire back end of our business digitally in an automated fashion with the goal of zero human intervention and, driving to high degree of speed and accuracy in stuff like paying claims, right? Like we're not getting into care decisions. We're talking about just driving down the cost of administering the system that we have built. I think there is huge opportunity there, and that is a major focus of this organization over the next couple of years. There are so many bridges that we can build, and I'm not like an AI hypist, but when you just look at the pieces that are in place, we should be able to fundamentally change the cost structure of healthcare and then invest those dollars in a completely different front-end experience.
Now, guys, listen, she's not an AI hypist. She sounds pretty excited about cutting administration costs, which AKA means wages, employee wages. Getting rid of employee wages when you can get it down to zero. AI will take care of all the claims, look up all the info, get rid of all the people. You're telling me this voluntary offer does not include AI? I'm just saying. You just saw the info. But some people will still say, Orlando, I know Jim. I've been working here for 21 years as a senior executive analyst. Judy isn't going to let me go. They know my worth.
Sure.
I've been in so many meetings where I brought this company millions and millions of dollars. Well, Dan, let me help you out. Thank you for all of the effort that you had, but we've got 8 24-year-olds. Yeah. They're making the same salary as you, and 8 heads is better than 1. Bye-bye. That's what the corporation is going to say.
Bye. See you when I see you. Goodbye.
But that's not enough for you. It's still not enough for you. Let's hear what some others are saying about these voluntary offers and if they should take it or if they shouldn't.
I just realized it's not just the layoffs you have to look out for. It's the voluntary severance packages that they're sending out to people now. I have a family member. I can't even say who because I'm too afraid of them losing their job. I don't care much about me losing my job. I've already seen the worst, but for the rest of my family, I can't say the same.
Now, listen, this is a person, guys, that he's saying he doesn't care about his job. He doesn't see that. If you just read in the details, he doesn't know how bad it could get. He doesn't understand because he still has a job. Right? He said he doesn't care about his job, but he cares more about his family's job, and they're getting voluntary. Listen, if you experience not having a job, you know how bad it is. You know how bad it is. You won't have to say things like, well, I don't know how bad it will get. You will know.
And they've just been offered a voluntary severance package. They've been there for over 20 years, so it'd be a sizable amount, almost about 40 weeks worth of pay in the severance based on their current salary. But at the same time, they're at retirement age, probably a few years above retirement age. So the chances of them finding another job is slim to none. It's got me terrified because I am not in a position to help myself, let alone help any family. And it sucks because if they don't take it and not enough people voluntarily quit, then the voluntary service packages turn into mandatory layoffs.
What?
Which is what the company's trying to avoid because they don't want the PR hit and the morale hit of well, any of us could go. So they're making it a nice friendly option. It's not you, it's me kind of thing where it's like, well, if you want to leave, just leave rather than breaking up with you. And it just sucks because this is people's livelihoods and this is just, I hate the job market. I hate employers just hold all the power, treat you as much of a slave as they're legally allowed to.
And you know the reason why that is, guys, and this is the truth. It's because we don't put enough emphasis on being happy with what we're doing. Listen, you, me, anyone else can't control what these corporations do, but you can control saving. You can control budgeting. You can control your finances. You can control a lot of things that are within your grasp of control. And a lot of times, people just don't want to control those things.
Don't care. Still don't care.
They want to live life on the edge. They want to FOMO it up. They want to say, oh man, this is YOLO, man. I just got to live my life and I don't care about the consequences. Well, if you do that, then you're going to end up exactly. Let me say this clearly, exactly where the companies and corporations want you to be. That's not some myth, that's fact. You don't think that these corporations and that any company would love for you to have so much loyalty in them that you don't take care of yourself and all of your faith is in that corporation and your paycheck? Wouldn't that be the best thing? Because now you're going to work extra hard and you will never leave because you don't even have savings. You don't even budget. So if you don't do any of those things, then you need us to keep us in the rotation. You need to stay on this hamster wheel. You can never make any decisions that are your own because you have to think about the Klarna bill that you have to pay for a burrito that you bought 6 weeks ago. But anyway, guys, listen, I can talk about this all day long. My point is the voluntary layoffs, they will turn mandatory. Now, we'll see what happens and maybe I'll do a video follow-up to see exactly what happens, even though We know what's gonna happen. But anyway, if you like videos like this, guys, please check out the Patreon. We do exclusive videos over there. You will love it. Also, too, you won't get all of your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video right here. Yes, this one right here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, and get you into your first rental property. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.